I'm happy to introduce Matt Ryan, the current mayor of the city of Binghamton.
Thank you. I just want to thank all you people, because if it wasn't for all the hard work you guys have been doing since we really started to pay attention to what was going on. Now let's go back a little bit. I lived up in the town of Maine for a while, and I saw this pipeline, the Millennium Pipeline, coming through, and I go, what the hell is this for? They weren't telling us what it was for. What they were doing, they were out with the landman, out doing what they called their expert land grab, and they brag about it. Chesapeake brags about it in their corporate report, that they got all these leases for so cheap, before people started understanding what was going on. So a lot of this is about trust, and this industry cannot be trusted. The only thing they can be trusted for is to make glitzy ads to try to convince all the people in the country that this is clean, safe, natural gas. Well, it's not clean and safe because of all the processes that go along with it. Once it's out of the ground, yes. Once it's in the pipeline, yes, except for if you count on the radionuclides that nobody's really talking about too much in the industry. But it's not a clean, safe process. You know, Sandra doesn't seem to be here today, but she's so eloquent. She is. But she's talked to us so much about what's going to happen to our subterranean land. What do you call it? Aquifer, not aquifer, but way below the aquifer actually. But all the stuff that's going down there. And now the studies are showing all the pollution that we've injected, all the horrible things we've injected into the earth in injection wells for 20, 30 years ago are now starting to come up in playgrounds in Los Angeles. What do you think is going to happen with the waste we're putting down there now? Nothing different. In fact, Tom Myers, in a new study published in April Journal this year of Groundwater, concluded it's not a matter of if the fluid will move through rock layers, but when. This study drew on newer research showing that fractures and faults are much more prevalent than commonly understood, to create a model that shows that that this is stuff that we're going to have to deal with. We don't know exactly when. Some of this models show it could be as a few years, maybe 100 years, but that's not we have an opportunity to really change the policy in this country, to go towards renewables, to go towards a sane energy policy. And this is really, this debate has brought us to a point where we want to draw a line and say our country's no longer going to go down this road towards a carbon-based economy, which is going to ruin the whole world. So we see it happening in China, we see it happening everywhere. We see the effects of global warming. Even the biggest critic of global warming, after looking at all the data, he said they didn't look at all the data. Well, he looked at all the data and he came back and said, I was wrong. Global warming is happening. It's based on carbon. We have to change our way of doing things. We can do it. If we had just kept Jimmy Carter's CAFE standards in place, we wouldn't be having this debate today. Ronald Reagan ripped them out, ripped the solar collectors off the White House, and now we're here where we are now. We gotta look to the future of our children, the future of our country, and that's what this is all about. So thank you for fighting this fight. Cuomo is listening.